There's a monster inside you. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait. It's wild, hungry, relentless. Most people try to ignore it, bury it deep, pretend it's not there. But the monster never goes away. It only grows. You can try to tame it, train it, control it, or it will consume you, piece by piece, until there's nothing left. This monster is your fear, your anger, your pain, the parts you hide from the world, the parts you deny to yourself. But that monster is not your enemy. It's the raw part of you, the part that wants to survive, to fight, to conquer. It's the fire in your veins, the voice in your head that refuses to quit, that pushes when you want to stop. That's the monster. Most people run from it, but you can't. Not if you want power, not if you want change. You must face it, look it in the eyes, understand its hunger, and then you must tame it, because if you don't, it will destroy you, slowly, relentlessly. This is the fight you never signed up for. The battle inside your own mind, and it's the most important fight you'll ever face. The monster inside isn't polite. It doesn't wait for a better time. It demands attention. It demands action. You can't calm it with words or ignore it with distractions. It's loud. It's raw. It's relentless. This monster is your survival instinct, your fight or flight, your deepest fears, your darkest anger. It's the part of you that's honest, unfiltered, uncompromising. It speaks in emotions you try to suppress: rage, jealousy, fear, hurt. But it's also your power source, your fuel, your edge. You must learn to listen, not with fear, but with respect. Respect for the parts of you that refuse to be ignored, the parts that fight for your life, that fight for your success, that fight for your future. Because taming this monster isn't about killing it. It's about control, balance. It's about channeling the beast to work for you, not against you. This is hard, messy, necessary, but it's the only way to survive the war inside. This monster doesn't take breaks. It doesn't sleep. It watches every weakness, every doubt, every hesitation. It waits for you to falter, to let your guard down, to stop fighting. And when you do, it pounces, tearing apart everything you've built. That's why you can't ignore it. You can't pretend it's gone, because it's not. It lives in your shadows, in your silence, in the moments you think no one's looking. But here's the truth. This monster is also your greatest teacher, the hardest master you'll ever meet. It pushes you beyond limits, breaks you to rebuild, forces you to face the parts you've hidden for too long. You'll hate it, you'll fear it, you'll want to run, but if you can sit with it, really sit, you'll find a strength you never knew you had. This is the grind, the fight, the becoming. No one said it would be easy, but it's the only way to win. If you're ready to stop running and start commanding your inner beast, keep watching, because the real fight begins now. This monster feeds on your hesitation. It grows stronger every time you doubt, every time you second-guess yourself. It thrives in uncertainty. You can't afford that. Not now, not ever. You have to face it head-on, without flinching, without excuses, because the moment you hesitate, the monster takes control. It'll twist your fear into chains, bind you to your weaknesses. But when you confront it, when you stare it down, you take back your power. You learn to use its force, to harness its energy, to fuel your drive. It's no longer a threat. It becomes your weapon, your shield, your fire. You become the master of your darkest self, the one who doesn't break, doesn't back down, doesn't quit. Taming this monster means mastering yourself, your fears, your instincts, your rage. It's a war inside, and every battle won makes you stronger. You'll fall, you'll bleed, you'll get up again and again, because there is no other way, no shortcuts, no escape, only domination. You'll discover that the monster's roar is the sound of your own power waking up. It's the call to rise, to fight, to never settle. It demands your full attention, your total commitment, your unshakable will. There's no room for weakness here, no tolerance for doubt. Every scar you carry is proof you fought back, proof you refused to be consumed. But the fight never stops, because the monster adapts. It learns your moves. It waits for your next mistake. You have to evolve faster, smarter, harder. You must be relentless, unforgiving, a force of nature. This isn't just about survival, it's about domination, about becoming the apex, the predator, the hunter. And when you tame that beast, you'll unlock a power no one can take away, power born from the darkness, from the struggle, from the war inside. You will no longer fear the monster, you will become it. The monster inside is not your enemy, it's your raw power waiting to be unleashed. But that power demands respect, control, discipline. You must learn its language, understand its needs, channel its energy, because uncontrolled, it destroys. But controlled, it creates. It fuels your drive, ignites your passion, sharpens your focus. This monster thrives in chaos. It grows in pain. It lives in your darkest moments. But when tamed, it becomes a force no one can stop. No fear, no hesitation. You become unstoppable, unbreakable, untouchable. But that transformation isn't easy. It demands sacrifice, relentless effort, and brutal honesty. You will face your demons, look them in the eye, and tell them who's boss. Because mastering the monster is mastering yourself, your mind, your soul, your destiny. The monster is patient. It waits for you to falter, to weaken, to lose focus. But you're learning. You're getting stronger, more aware, more prepared. You know its tricks, its lies, its hunger. You don't feed it with fear or doubt. You starve those and feed it with control, discipline, strength. You walk through fire, not because you want to suffer, but because you know what lies on the other side. You don't run from the monster anymore. You face it head on, with courage, with strategy. Every time it growls, you roar louder. Every time it bites, you strike harder. Because taming the monster is the ultimate battle. The battle for your mind, your soul, your future. You will lose sometimes. You will bleed. You will want to quit. But every time you get back up, the monster respects you more. It knows you're a worthy master. And one day you'll realize you don't control the monster. The monster controls you. Because you and the monster, you are one. You've fought, you've struggled, you've stared into the abyss of your own mind, and you're still standing. The monster inside is no longer a threat. It's your power, your fire, your truth. But power demands responsibility. It demands awareness. It demands control. Because the monster isn't just about strength, it's about balance between rage and calm, destruction and creation, chaos and order. You've learned to walk that line, to harness the beast, not let it consume you, but to let it fuel you. And now it's time to ask yourself the hardest question you'll ever face. When the monster inside you wakes up, hungry and restless, ready to tear everything down, do you feed it with fear, or do you feed it with courage? Do you let it eat you alive, or do you tame it and make it your greatest ally? Drop your answer in the comments. No filters, no lies, just truth.